Hey all, this is Megan, CMO of iEmergent. This time we're going to walk through these global filters here for the BI dashboards. So each, under profiles, you'll see we've got different profiles and the filters are going to be slightly different under each. So we'll start with LO. A lot of them are the same under each. So state, pretty self-explanatory. If you want to filter down, in this view, a listing of the loan officers by state, we can let's look at our home state here. We're based in Iowa. I'm going to filter by Iowa, and we can see data for Iowa. Go ahead and clear that. Same concept for MSA, CBSA. If we want to look at, again, let's just say local and go for the Des Moines metro area. And same thing, it will filter down based on geography. Gonna go ahead and clear that. Hey, guess what? County, same thing. So if you filter here, let's go ahead and filter down to Iowa again. Then you can see within Iowa, it will filter these subsequent filters here so that you can only select what's in Iowa. So here I'll get only Iowa counties, you can see. So these filters are cascading here for geography. So I'm going to go ahead and clear the geography filters, but those are pretty self-explanatory, and those are on every different type of profile here. Census tract type. So CRA is the census tract that'll divide by CRA eligible, not CRA eligible. For this actual loan officer view, it's not going to change anything, but once we get into originations, it will show data for CRA eligible tracts. Same for LMI, majority black census tract, majority black Hispanic, majority minority. So I'm going to filter back to all here. And then let's just pick a random LO. We're going to look at this person's. If we go to originations, this is where we'll start to see that census tract data come in. So census tract, let's go ahead and look at LMI this time. So it'll filter everything down. We saw it go from 5.5 trillion here to 1.5 trillion. It's going to filter the map, and then it's going to filter the chart down here, which, since we have it segmented right now by CRA eligible, we're looking at LMI, so everything's going to be CRA eligible. But we can split it by MMCT, should give us a difference, so we can see the majority of LMI loans were in MMCTs. All right, going to clear that filter. Time period, also fairly self-explanatory. So for these profiles, you can look at a specific year. So 2025 is year to date, of course. And then for 2020 to 2024, those are HMDA years. So if we just want to look at the HMDA data from last year, then we can filter just down to that year. We have no other filters on except property type is residential, because that's the space that we're most in. So we can see for 2024, the split for this person between MMCT, not MMCT. You do the same thing for LMI, census tract, not census tract, and on and on and on. So I am going to leave this time period at 2024, just so that we're looking at a single year, so that the numbers, when we look at them, make sense. So transaction type, essentially loan type. So we can look at, right now, we're looking at all purchase, refi, equity. Otherwise, we can break it down. Let's look just at purchase here. So we can see this number went down further to 243 million of just purchase. And again, it's going to apply to this entire report. Let's switch and just look at refi, 57 million. And let's look just at equity, see if this person did under 500,000 for those, and just in California. So this is a good way if you're looking at somebody who's really crushing the refi market. or you don't really care about equity loans and just want to look at purchase and refi, I'm going to go ahead and reset that filter there. So loan type, again, fairly self-explanatory for those of us in the industry. If we just want to look at conforming loans, we'll see this number go and get, again, this is for 2024, to 273 million. The previous number was like 300 and some, so most of this person's loans are conforming, which is no surprise. Let's see what they do for FHA, 9 million. And again, this will apply across every single chart here. So we can see that these are the FHA loans, whether they're LMI, not LMI. We can segment them for all the other options. All right, I'm going to reset that. Property type, residential, non-residential. So by default, we have it as residential because that's what most of our clients care about. If we switch over to non-residential, we can see for this loan officer, the amounts go down. The loan is 1. That is why we mostly sort by residential, because that is, again, the market we are in. And then we can look at lender type. So this person, when we look at their affiliates, we'll see that they're affiliate lenders. Okay, so they actually have quite a few. So if we want to filter just by, let's see what banks they worked with. Fidelity and Flagstar for banks. Let's look at IMBs. Okay, that's going to be the biggest list. Rocket, Emporium, etc., etc. So then we can look at the originations in the same way. That IMB filter is going to stick. So with IMBs, this person did 234 million. With banks, I would expect that number to go down, 11 million. What about anything with credit unions? Nothing. So no transactions with credit unions. So those are the global filters for the loan officer profile. Most of these are the same across our other profiles. Let's go ahead and look in here at lender. So we're going to see that the filters are all exactly the same, and the tabs are exactly the same. Under broker profile, the filters are all the same, and the tabs pretty well the same structure. Real estate agent profile, this is where we start to see a difference. We're going to see the agent role here, seller or buyer, and then you can break down either one. So if we go into agent selector, and we'll just grab somebody at the top. And we can come over and do listings. So we can see listings as seller versus listings as buyer here. Again, we can break them down in so many different ways. And then if we want to, we can filter by, we want to see just the ones, let's see which was bigger. Seller. So we can see just where this person was the seller and do all of our usual filtering here. See MCT, non-MCT, etc. So that's the only difference here for real estate agents. Well, I guess we have status. So this is for the actual properties, if they're active, pending, or sold, because we do pull data in real time. So for active, he's got 1,800 listings here as a seller. Pending, 1,833. Sold, and this is over, again, these last 20 to 2025, almost 18,000. And then other or not known status is going to be 1,500. So then those add up to the 23,000. And we just have the seller here. But again, if we go back to seller or buyer status, we can switch again to see just the buyer or split it either way. Then on the builder profile, these are also exactly the same as the other ones we're used to. So all of these global filters are the same except a couple of tweaks on the real estate agent profile. Real estate agent profile doesn't have the transaction type or the loan type because they are based on the properties, not on the loans. So those are slightly different. But everything else is pretty much the same as far as the global filters go. If you are inside our HMDA report, some of the global filters are going to be the same, some of them are going to be slightly different. So the first one's geography, state, MSA, county. Those are all what we just walked through. Census tract type, same thing. Time period, again, initially it's going to be for all, but if you just want to look at 2024, you can just select 2024. Loan purpose, so do you want to look at purchase, refi? Do you want to look at the entire market? Do you want to look at just purchase plus refi? Breaking that down further, loan type, we can look at conforming, combining conventional, government, a couple different categories there. Occupancy, is it a principal residence or is it other? So lien, is it first lien, subordinate lien? And this is going to filter every single one of these tabs down. Total units, we have default as 1 to 4 because again, that's mostly what our clients care about. And these will be familiar: lender type, bank, credit union, IMB. And then lender, this is filtering by any lender in the country that's in our database. So you'll see this list is huge. But of course, if we filter this down and go to Iowa, sticking close to home, then once we do this, then we'll only see lenders with loans in Iowa, which of course with the more national state of lending, this list is still quite large. I'm going to clear those filters. And then you can also filter by race and ethnicity. So if we just want to look at this data for the Black African American segment, we can. For Asian, and then minority groups, the minority filter groups all of these together except for non-Hispanic white. So as we go through the different tabs, again, these are global filters, so they will apply to them all. So under applications, I'm going to switch to just look at 2024 because looking at 1 year numbers is makes more sense to me than looking at 5 years worth of numbers. So let's look at refi and purchase for IMBs. We're going to do all loan types. Let's just do principal residence. So right now we're looking at all race, ethnicity. Although you can see this is a breakdown here of each one. But we can break it down further and look at, like if we want to look at originations and just look at the black market, then we can filter down by that. So we can see 85 trillion to black borrowers across the country by IMBs for purchase and refi for principal residence for 1 to 4 in 2024. So again, these filters are, because we're filtered by race ethnicity, this doesn't look all that exciting. We'll look at purchase versus refi. So these filters are very powerful. As you can see, you can then cross tab down here, see multiple attributes at any given time. You can change the year and see across time how things are changing, especially with 2020 and 2021 were outlier years. So how have things changed compared to that? And again, these will apply, these same filters will stick across the board. So those are the global filters in the iEmergent dashboards. You want to be very careful when you're looking at numbers to make sure that you have the filters set to what you are looking to analyze, whether that's a specific geography, specific loan purpose, specific race, ethnicity, just be careful that you have these filtered the way you want so that the numbers come out and give you actionable data that you can make decisions